Welcome back, guys. So I got my Jaguar S-type in my garage. So today what I'm going to do, I'm going to work on little tune-ups. We'll do some tune-up on it. And it's 3.0 S-type. It has 6 spark plugs and coils. So 3 of them are on this side, which are very easy to get to. And the other 3 are underneath this intake manifold. So I'm gonna have to remove this intake manifold, disconnect all these hoses and connectors. Once we remove that, then we'll have free access to other 3 in coils and the spark plugs. So stay tuned. All right, guys, so I have unbolted the intake manifold. Now, the most important thing that you should know, you should remove your air box. All right, so I removed my air box. It's sitting down over there. The next thing that you want to do, of course, disconnect all the connectors and all the hoses for the coolant and other air intake hose. So collectively, I saw some video online, and actually they misquoted it when it comes to the bolts and removing and how to remove this upper intake manifold. Now, you would see and discover it had about 5 8mm bolts, all right, and it had 4 long ones. So 1 for the front, 2 for the front, 2 for the rear, all right. And this bolt, which is 10mm, that actually goes on the side. There's a bracket right up here, right there. I hope you can see it right up here, all right. So that bolt goes in there, right there, and it's holding it down. So only one 10mm bolt, and then rest of them are 8. Let's go ahead and remove this intake manifold and we proceed with our next step. All right, guys, so I have removed the intake manifold. Now you can see it's pretty dirty inside. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to just clean this up from the inside, and hopefully it will be a whole lot better. As you can see, now we have clear access to my coils and the spark plugs from here. Once I clean this area, I'm gonna go ahead and start removing the ignition coils and pull out the old spark plugs. All right, stay tuned. All right, guys, just to show you how to remove your coils. So this is the power adapter. So there's a tab. All you want to do is squeeze it and pull this backward. All right, and then you can just go ahead and pull your old coil out of here. There we go. Okay, see, that's the problem. Now where's the rest of it? All right, it's sitting right on top, so which is right here. I'm just gonna pull this out quickly. This is very bad. The reason why I was doing all these spark plugs and coil, because I had some code coming up where my 3 ignitions, the coil on this side, bank 1, were having some issue. So I was like, might as well just go ahead and change the coils and the spark plug at the same time. All right, next thing what we're going to do, we're going to compare the old and new part side by side. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so this is my Jaguar S-type 3.0. Lately I have issue with the AC. It's blowing a hot air. Typically what happens is, if your Freon is okay, I'm like, let's say you check your Freon. If it's good and it's filled all the way, there's nothing wrong with it. Then you want to check your, you want to make sure and then check your belts are okay over here, and you want to make sure that your compressor is working fine, right? In my case, it's been fine, all right? My compressor is down there. Now, the only issue that I have, which most likely is the reason why I'm getting the hot air coming through the AC, or it's blowing the hot air. This is the heater valve control right here. Let me just put some light on it. All right, hopefully you can see this better now. All right, so my heater control valve is right there. I hope you can see it. If you can't, let me just change the angle. Right there, this is my heater valve control. So what happens is it's gonna, if it's bad, it's gonna start sending the hot air through your AC. In my case, that's what I'm gonna do. I got the new part here already, and this is my new part look like. Right, it's pretty reasonable. I got it for like 50 bucks from eBay, and it's come with the warranty. Everything looks clean. Also, just to let you know, the same part and same process and procedure applies to Lincoln LS. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and take the old heater control valve out of there. It has two 10 mm bolts, one on the right side and one on the left side. So once you have that unmounted, of course you're gonna have to release your antifreeze. There will be plenty of antifreeze coming out, so I'm gonna have to set up some the tub or fill area underneath so I can just catch that antifreeze. All right, stay tuned. All right guys, just to give you a better view, so this is where my heater valve is, and that's the second bolt I was talking about, 10 mm bolt. I have removed one on the other side, and this is the second bolt I gotta remove. Then we will have clear access. Remove this. Already disconnected the cooling lines right here, as you can see, except for one left. And I will remove that and take that out, and I'll show you how it looks like. All right guys, just to show you, I got the heater valve out. So actually I did not disconnect the hoses. That makes everything easy, so I can just unclip them and put them on my new one. So this is what my old original heater valve was, climate control heater valve. And it wasn't really easy task to do so, but there's multiple hose. Coolant hose needs to come out, as you can see, 3 of them on the left, 2 underneath, and this is the power for that. All right, once again, it had 2 10 mm bolts, one on the left side over here and one on the right side. Okay, so let's do side-by-side comparison of the new part. So I got this right here, and this is my old one. There we go. All right, looks identical to me. So we're gonna go ahead and start disconnecting the hoses, put them on, and then install the new, what you call the heater valve. Once I'm done with this, then I'm gonna go ahead and finish my changing the ignition coils and spark plugs into my engine. All right, stay tuned please. All right, so all the hoses are connected. Now next what I'm going to do, I'm gonna go ahead and install this back down there with 2 10 mm bolts. And then once I'm done with that, we will go ahead and apply, connect the power. Next would be filling it up with the antifreeze. And I would like to finish my job where I started, which was originally for coils and spark plugs. Stay tuned, please. All right, guys, as you can see, my heater valve control has been installed. Everything is connected. Now what we're going to do, we're gonna go ahead and put the radiator hose back in its place. And there's a couple more hoses that I'm gonna connect to. And I will get back to my original job for ignition coil and spark plugs. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so now we're doing side-by-side comparison. This is my old coil, came out of my engine. This is the new coil. The good thing that I have noticed, there was no oil, or there's no problem whatsoever with the spark pulling out too. They were just fine and dry, no oil on them, which is a good thing. And I got the original Bosch spark plugs, which are pre-gapped. So now we're gonna go ahead and install them in. All right guys, so I got the coils back in it with the new spark plugs. So all the connectors are connected. The last part for us is just to put the intake manifold on top of the engine and connect all the wirings, and then crack that engine, see how it sounds. All right guys, so the intake manifold is back on it, and I have connected the hose and the adapter. Now it's time to go ahead and put this air intake assembly back in there. Let's do this, and after that I'm gonna try to crank the engine. All right guys, now it's time to go ahead and crank that engine and see how's the performance, if my code engine light is still showing up after doing the tune-up and changing the heater valve. All right, everything looks great. I'm very happy with the results. I hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe and be a part of our community. Thank you. See you next time. One thing I forgot to mention, that after checking my AC, it's turned on all the way and it's working like it should. It's nice and cold. All right, so it's worth fixing and changing the heater valve. So I hope you like the video. If you have the same problem where your AC is blowing hot air, after checking the Freon, please replace your heater valve, and that should resolve your issue. Please like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye bye.